Today we'll talk about confidence and how to cultivate it. We use this term so often, but what does it actually mean to be confident? Does it mean we never experience fear or anxiety? No, of course not. We all do. We're human after all. Is it walking with our heads high and chest out? No, that's what animals do to impress each other. So what is confidence? Confidence have three aspects to it, and once you get them, you'll know how to create more confidence for yourself, so stick around. Number one is what we call self-regulation. People that are confident are good at regulating their own emotions. So emotions like fear and anxiety that can overwhelm others can be managed and even used as a motivator. For people that are less confident, the regulation does not kick in and the anxiety can take over, making you feel anxious and impact your performance, whether it's a public speaking engagement, a job interview, or going up, to that special woman that you really fancy in a bar. So without self-regulation, you are in trouble. Some people have been given this, by nature or nurture, and good for them. But if you're not one of them, then what can you do? Here is the short-term strategies and a long-term one. So, short-term movement is the best way to get rid of stress. It's how adrenaline is meant to be used in the fight or flight response. I'm not suggesting that, you go punch your boss in the face, even though it might be tempting if you feel nervous before some presentation, but you can move. Go for a short walk around the block. Go to the toilet and do some squats. If you can dance or anything that helps you move and use that adrenaline, remind yourself that even if it all goes wrong, you'll likely still be okay. You will not die. You will live and you will find a way. We tend to overestimate negative impact on our lives. I'm sure you worried about a lot of things over the last 10 years and still you're okay right now. Remind yourself of that. I remember doing my third podcast interview and I felt really nervous speaking to an expert and never having done an interview before, so I did a little dance in my office before the interview, and then I reminded myself that even if I messed it up, there would be so many more podcasts in the future, and a few hundred or even 1,000 people hearing me mess up would not really destroy my business. I dealt with that catastrophe thinking that we often apply because our brain have that negative bias, and that's not forget to also breathe, which can really impact our anxiety and how much we feel of that. That quick and shallow breathing makes us feel more anxious, and slower and deeper breathing makes us more relaxed. I say a confident nervous system is a balanced nervous system. To relax and you don't take action. And that's not good either. That's often what we find in depression. Too hyper and you get nervous, anxious or fearful. In the middle is confidence, where we are activated to make things happen, but still emotionally balanced and calm. The long-term strategy is about mindfulness, and that's a big topic I'll not cover in this video, and there's so many other great videos about that topic on YouTube. So that was the part that we call self-regulation. Good. So you feel calm and more centered by now. The second part of confidence is anticipating positive outcomes. Feeling confidence means that you anticipate a positive outcome from the actions that you take. But if the meeting is going well, the date is going well, etc. This is normally based on past positive experience that you can draw on to know that it's likely to go well. So your future projection is a positive one. The opposite is true when we feel less confident. That's because we anticipate a negative outcome. So if you did not have the perfect childhood, as most of us did not, then how can you get that positive anticipation that we need? You'll have two good options here. The first one is to create the positive experiences so you have that reference point. And the second is to challenge your thoughts. Let's look at both. If you want to feel confident about public speaking, then get together some supportive friends and do a talk for them. Get their support, then do it in front of a small gathering of strangers and slowly build up that reference point of positive experience. And because you don't get overwhelmed with anxiety, most of them will likely become positive reference points. Questions your thoughts as well. And then, especially when you go into that catastrophe thinking we talked about, what are you actually worried about? The talk going badly? Yeah, then why does that worry you? What will happen if it goes badly? Oh, your boss will be upset. Okay, what will happen if your boss get upset? Or you might not get the promotion. And what will happen if you don't get the promotion? Or you can't buy that new car or that new refurbishing on your house that you want. Does that really define your happiness, whether you can refurbish that part of your house and get a car? Does it really matter so much to your life quality to get that? You know, you will often come to realize that the consequences of things going wrong is minimum. Now to the final step in developing smashing confidence. Vulnerability met with acceptance creates self-acceptance, which is confidence as well. Confident people have a self-acceptance, which is why that they are less concerned about what other people think of them and how they perceive them. This makes them relaxed, and what we perceive as confidence, they feel good about themselves because they accept themselves. They're self-validating. Check out my video on self-love for more detail, but in short, find a therapist and start practicing being vulnerable and getting that acceptance. State your goal before starting so you can ensure that they give you what it is that you need. And if you feel more safe, you can also do it with friends or family or anyone that's non-judgmental that you can share vulnerabilities with. As you keep getting more acceptance, it will be internalized and will eventually become self-acceptance, and boom, there is your confidence. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe below and share the video, and also go to zensense.com to see the full 3-hour podcast. See you in the next video.